Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 26 February. You just found the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show. Got some interesting guests with us today. Let's just start stage left and work our way down the row there, Robby.
Robby Kaiser. I'm the lead singer for the band Kaiser. I also work at Fort Worth Magazine as the digital director.
Excellent.
Saul Cantak, friend of Robby Kaiser, play bass in the band Kaiser, and in Fort Worth here locally do some aerospace manufacturing, industrial manufacturing stuff as well.
Outstanding.
Mike Bricker, owner of Hoppin' here. I'm just here for Turtle Facts.
Well, we're glad to have you guys here. Thank y'all for joining us out there in the morning commute or whatever you're doing today. It's the most popular thing that we've produced so far is this morning show, but we really appreciate you guys making this part of your morning. Thank you. We've got some segments to get into today. We cover Fort Worth-centric news stories, but we'll also let you know if there's anything worth your while out there nationally as well. Our first segment of the day, of course, is weather. 10-day forecast looking out there Thursday. Hold on a minute, Andrew. 79 today, 49 for a low. Thursday, 71 for a high, 40 for a low. Friday, 79 for a high, 47 for a low. Saturday, 79, 47 for a low. Sunday, 76, and 57 for a low. Not really a chance of rain out there. We'll let you know if that changes. It's a pretty boring weather report.
That's good.
I'm here for it, yeah. It's going to be really nice. And let's see. Our next segment, National Day of. Our connection timed out. What does that mean? Let's try that again. Here we go. That was yesterday. Did we tell people yesterday's National Day of? Yesterday? It says it's National Pistachio Day, but we talked about that yesterday.
Yummy.
Black Lives Matter Day. Let's click on that. Black Lives Matter Day is celebrated annually on February 26th in remembrance of Trayvon Martin, an African-American teen who was killed by a white American out of hatred. Okay. George Zimmerman, from the murder charge and roaming free, caused a wave of widespread anger which led to nationwide campaigns. Carpe Diem Day, For Pete's Sake Day, Inconvenience Yourself Day, and a bunch of other dumb stuff. Okay, moving on. This day in history, 26 February 1919, Grand Canyon National Park. President Woodrow Wilson signs the Grand Canyon National Park Act designating the Mile Deep Natural Wonder as a U.S. national park. In its first year, the park will generate around 44,000 visitors. It will go on to attract more than 5 million visitors annually. 1965, troops in Vietnam. South Korea sends its first troops to Saigon as part of U.S. President Lyndon Johnson's effort to build an international coalition of fighting forces in Vietnam. 1993, WTC attack. Bomb explodes at the World Trade Center in 93. A group of terrorists detonate a truck bomb, causing an immense explosion in the underground parking garage located below the North Tower of New York City's World Trade Center. The blast is intended to bring down both the North and South Towers of the Trade Center. It won't. It killed 6 and wounded more than 1,000. People forget about that. 93, big attack on the Trade Center, way before 9/11, and well, people don't remember that, right?
I remember that.
You do remember that?
I do.
Yeah. I was.
I remember that too. I will say also that 226 is my oldest son's birthday.
Okay. Well, happy birthday. What's his name?
Tommy.
Tommy. Happy birthday, Tommy. All right, we got Sky Viper this morning. Let's get our traffic report. Mr. Stubbs, good morning.
Good morning, guys and gals. How are y'all?
We're doing all right, brother. How's Sky Viper this morning?
Good. I'm just helicoptering around.
Heard you had a late night last night.
Yeah, we did our podcast show, and then also came home and got into some shenanigans.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
I probably shouldn't be up here in the sky.
Well, we appreciate you doing it anyway, man. Thank you. Who'd you have on the show last night?
That'd be a big fat 0. Nobody.
Oh, just you and your majestic partner.
Right. We're not big time enough for guests to want to try to be on our show anymore. So
That's not true. That's not true. Number one podcast in the North Texas region.
Yeah, I think someone's trying to kill me, man.
I would be surprised if somebody was not trying to kill you, Mr. Stubbs.
I think it's my co-host.
Really? Did he try to poison you last night?
I don't know. He's just been having some weird, saying some weird things about helicopters and stuff and how they malfunction and stuff. And he keeps asking me about that accident that happened a few weeks ago and stuff. So I don't know what the deal is.
Well, Sky Viper has a outstanding service record, and we only have the best mechanics lay hands on her. So you are safe,
I think I need
sir.
to get a 50 cal put on this thing, man.
I don't know if that airframe will support it, but we'll look into it.
All right, you in traffic?
Let's go.
I-35 southbound near Heritage Trace Parkway is sluggish this morning due to construction. Expect stop-and-go traffic from, let's see, Oklahoma City all the way to West Boulevard.
Damn.
I-30 westbound heading into downtown is backed up around East Chase. Looks like a Panamanian crab vessel is sinking in the middle of the highway. That's weird.
I don't understand.
I don't either. I-20 eastbound at Cooper Street's moving, but it's kind of heavy. So right around, I'd say Arbrook, maybe. If you're in that, there's some minor fatalities there, so look out. 360 southbound at Lamar, stacking up. It's probably due to morning commuters heading towards New Jersey. And then in Hearst and Euless, looks like 183 is looking pretty clear. There is a little backup at Precinct Line because there's been a major sighting. Looks like Elvis and Dale Earnhardt Sr. are there.
This is an incredible day.
It is a weird day. Grapevine 121's flowing smoothly, so no BM blockages this morning. So there's your traffic, guy.
Excellent, Mr. Stubbs. Thank you so much. Can we get you back on the show tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to try to sleep first.
Okay, yeah. Get some sleep. You need it.
I'm telling you, someone's trying to kill me, man. I don't know. I got to watch that guy.
I hear you. All right, brother. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Minor fatalities.
Yeah, minor.
That is Matt Stubbs from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast. Y'all can find them on all streaming services, and they do a live broadcast every Tuesday. You can follow along on YouTube and be part of their chat room. Thank you, Mr. Stubbs. See you, Sky Viper. All right, Michael, hit us with those turtle facts, man.
I've been waiting. I'm so excited. So this one's interesting. Did you know that some turtles, they nest in these large groups called arribadas? And that's a Spanish word. It means arrival.
Okay, so you didn't make that up?
I did not make it up. Don't judge my pronunciation. But during an arribada, large groups of females gather offshore, and they come onto the beach to nest in large numbers. And it's generally over a period of several hours. So a lot of theories about what triggers it. Could be pheromones by the females. Could be lunar cycles, winds. We're not exactly sure, but when they do that in a brief period of just a few hours, it really helps with survival. So a lot less predators are able to get their eggs and stuff. So pretty interesting.
It is pretty interesting. It actually sounds like a regular Wednesday night at Hoppin'.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. All right. Our first story today from FortWorthReport.org. This story is by, Eric Garcia. Droning on, Tarrant suburb extends Walmart's air deliveries for 3 more years. Drones will continue soaring over North Richland Hills after the City Council unanimously approved Wing Aviation's LLC. Hold on just one second. Wing Aviation's LLC's Walmart air deliveries for an additional 3 years. The initial year-long pilot program, set to expire February 27th, prompted Wing to ask for the extension as their service continues to grow. So have you guys seen this yet? Walmart deliveries coming from the sky?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I've seen it as an option.
On your order, yeah.
But I haven't
Willow
actually
Park
seen it.
area.
Yep.
Drop it by a drone. Okay. No, I haven't seen it, but
We should
I
try
know
it.
it's there.
I would do it just to see the drone.
Yep.
If it's a $40 service fee, I'd probably still. Yeah, I would do it once, just to see
You
it.
can contract Sky Viper. to
He's
also
busy,
help with-
and honestly, Sky Viper is about all that man can handle. I think.
Okay, that's a
we
good
don't want to task him with too
No
much
offense,
more.
Mr. Stubbs.
No, none. Not. He does an incredible job. I just don't want to. I don't want to spread him too thin, like not enough butter over dry toast. All right. Next story. FortWorthReport.org. These North Fort Worth neighborhoods will see 2 new parks, thanks to a developer donation and a $3 million city purchase. 2 new parks are on their way to North Fort Worth. During their February 25th meeting, City Council members approved the purchase of 11.4 acres in the Marine Creek Ranch neighborhood and the dedication of 6.3 acres in the Bridgeview neighborhood. The future Paloma Park, to be located in the Marine Creek Ranch neighborhood, was purchased for a lot of money from Fort Worth-based Hayco Realty, including a donation of 3.82 acres valued at $1.5 million. Paloma Park's 11 acres comes as the Parks and Recreation Department assessed the Marine Creek Ranch neighborhood as an underserved area in regard to residential parkland. You guys can read on at fortworthreport.org. That story was by Nicole Lopez. And there's a nice pretty ad block in our next story. Also from the Fort Worth Report, comes with some sacrifice. Headline says, Fort Worth ISD tells communities about school closure options. I just want to point out that the person in this picture, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, looks like something out of a horror movie. Maybe it's just the light, the way it's hitting them, but look at that gaunt gaze there.
Not great photography.
Yeah, you guys can find this on fortworthreport.org. A group of around 200 parents and educators slowly entered the cafeteria at O.D. Wyatt High School. Conversation and a sense of uneasiness filled the room. The February 24th community meeting hosted by Fort Worth ISD officials was the first in a series that could help decide the fate of neighborhood schools across East Fort Worth. Trustees first saw a slate of more than 40 options during a February 11th board meeting. Families on the east side of the city have watched their schools struggle and their halls quiet as enrollment dwindles. The district leaders detailed shrinking student numbers, aging buildings, and a budget stretched to its limits. Residents heard what they already knew. Some schools will close. Communities will be asked to make sacrifices, district officials told the crowd. All right, scanning forward just a little bit, see if we've got some names of schools. Final decision expected by late 2025. So they don't have it quite figured out yet, but it sounds like definitely there's going to be some closures. You ready for our good news story of the day, Michael?
I'm ready.
Pierced by Cupid's sedan. Got this off of goodnewsnetwork.org. Story by Andy Corbley. Woman forgives and marries motorist who accidentally ran her over. Can you remember that day, perhaps the moment you met the person who would become your spouse, Michael?
Yeah, but she didn't run me over. I mean,
Not yet.
She did run me over a couple times since.
Okay.
It's a long story. It doesn't really matter. But,
We'll get into it next Wednesday.
Yeah, next week.
All right. Well, for an unnamed Chinese woman, it's a day extremely difficult to forget because she probably thought it would be her last. While crossing the street on an electric bicycle, the 23-year-old looked over and saw a car flying towards her at inevitable speeds. The driver, reported with only the surname Lee, was driving fast. Very smart. He didn't give up his full name. Was driving fast through the streets of a city in Hunan province because of an emergency, he says. At the moment, Cupid swapped his bow and arrows for Lee's car, whatever. This story is insane. All right, 3 weeks after the collision, the woman confessed her love to the man who nearly killed her in a story that has lit up Chinese social media. At first, the 36-year-old Lee rejected her by saying, "I don't need no girl that's been hit by a car." However, they remained in touch and eventually went out to see a movie together. Okay.
So what you're saying is,
a love story.
It's a love story.
if you're single out there and looking for love,
Just don't look
just
before you cross Carroll.
Drive really fast and look for those electric bikes.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to trend.
That's all you need to do. You're just going to have a bunch of single dudes out there running chicks over trying to get a date,
Hot chicks beware.
Yeah, watch out. Just look both ways, man. Asteroid 2024, onto our space news. This is from the Associated Press. Got it off at msn.com. Marcia Dunn wrote the story. And it's a 2-minute read. Let's see. Might get through it all. Cape Canaveral. Canaveral. I have words that bother me. Scientists have finally given the all clear to Earth from a newly discovered asteroid. After 2 months of observation, scientists have almost fully ruled out any threat from the asteroid 2024 YR4. NASA and the European Space Agency said Tuesday. At one point, the odds of a strike in 2032 were as high as about 3% and topped the world's asteroid risk list. ESA has since lowered the odds to 0.001%, also commenting with a shoulder shrug, "We really don't know." NASA has it down to 0.0017%, and they also shrugged their shoulders and said, "Yeah, what that guy said," meaning the asteroid will safely pass Earth in 2032 and there's no threat of impact for the next century.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's still a chance, apparently. Those two guys don't know what they're talking about. All right, that's the news, folks. If this is your first time joining us on the Fort Worth Roots podcast, we do a series of stuff, a whole catalog of episodes available to you on the same platform. Just go to fortworthroots.com and you can see our trusted sponsors in a certain tab. You can also find all of the episodes that we've done over the last 5 years and a little write-up on kind of what the show's about. But we're here to support small businesses and provide artists with another stage. So we film this every Monday through Thursday, the morning show anyway, out here at Hoppin', which is right down the street from Doc's Records and next door to Blackland Distillery. They got 58 taps on the wall, THC seltzers, craft beers, wine, and more, and a full-service cocktail bar. There's always something hoppin' at Hoppin'. Check them out on Instagram at HoppinFWTX. Did I get all that right, Michael?
No, but it's fine. No, you got it. Yeah, one thing I'll highlight really quickly. This weekend, we're doing our first crawfish boil for Mardi Gras. So Shell Shack is coming out Saturday at noon until they sell out. Don't know when that's going to be, so I guess you just need to come here at noon and
get here early.
Just make sure you get some crawfish.
Michael, it says beads, beads, beads on the poster. What do you got to do to get those beads?
You don't have to do anything. I will just give you beads. Keep your shirt on, please. Yeah, we'll have some beads around, and it's going to be fun. We'll have some live music on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to do another meat raffle. It's going to be great. Come buy a raffle ticket for $1 a piece. You might walk away with, I don't know, Wagyu brisket or whatever we get that day from Wild Fork, and that's to benefit the Mid-Cities Animal Rescue. So help out, animal rescue folks here locally, and maybe win some premium cuts of beef or whatever. So it's going to be great.
Excellent. Robby, let's talk about your band, brother.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Well, where did it all start, my friend?
Where did it all start? It started a long time ago with my buddy Saul here, high school.
High school, junior high?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But 10 years ago, right? I mean.
Yeah, roughly.
Right, yeah. Give or take.
Seriously, back in the 80s, we had a band called the Fish Heads. That's where it all started. And evolved into a band called the Phonetics. Am I getting my facts right?
I'm with you so far.
Yeah.
It's all a blur, I'm sure.
It went past high school into our college days. We were going to TCU, an SAE at the time.
Yep.
And
out of the garage onto the stage.
Out of the garage and onto the stage, and we participated in the Battle of Bands at TCU, and won. And we beat out the Toadies.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you can put that in the bank.
Yeah.
Claim to fame.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Head. Our
Claim to fame.
15 minutes of fame back in the 90s.
Is it all originals, or are you guys doing any cover stuff? I'm sure you do some covers.
We do some covers, mostly reimagined covers.
Yeah.
Maybe different chords or different timing, different drums, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's about right now. It's about 60-40.
Yeah.
Originals and covers. But,
What drove the name change? So you guys changed the name at least twice, right? So
right, and it's the bandmates have significantly changed over time. So I was in a band. Well, let me go back. So, with the Phonetics, I went to a different band Saul, we both pursued our our college days. And you went off to school, so we had a gulf there where we were not involved in music. Always remained friends, but not involved in music. But I had gotten together with a band called Nimbus the Great back in the mid-'90s, and they went on to become Sugar Bomb, which was big in Dallas and for a while. And but eventually, I had reignited a new band relationship with some of the guys from Nimbus the Great, and this is in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, 2005-ish, and that we had some creative differences, and I started Kaiser after that. I kept the guitar player. He was actually playing in both bands. Greg Bagby, who was also in Sugar Bomb. And started it with Saul. Just try to make it simple, something catchy. It was like, hey, my last name.
How about
Kaiser.
my last name?
Yeah. Works.
It just takes control, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little ownership there.
So, have you guys released any singles or albums recently, or when was the last time you dropped something?
We have two albums on Spotify.
Apple Music, Amazon,
Yep.
Spotify, all those things. Yep.
Just look for Kaiser.
Exactly, Kyser, and you might even put band in front of it, not to get confused with Kay Kaiser, who was a big country singer. So, and they have distinctly different types of sounds. We had different producers for each one of those albums. We actually had our first album was a little too 90s-ish with some of the production, and then the latest one was we had Taylor Tatch, actually from Cutthroat Finches.
Yeah.
Do the last one up in Dripping Springs, but now we have a full-blown studio to ourselves.
Do you really?
The next album is going to be done by us. And
Where's y'all's studio?
We're right off of Berry Street and I-35,
Okay.
kind of in the hood. But
Yeah.
Matthew Avila, who's the CEO of Burn Construction, is our benefactor for this. He plays guitar. I play with him in another band also. And so he does a lot of recording down there. He's brought a lot of talent in.
A lot of
and
equipment.
he's doing some cool stuff in that studio, producing some really great stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely
we've-
pro level.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to see that studio sometime if you guys are giving out tours.
For sure.
Do y'all have any big shows coming up?
Boiled Owl this Friday. We should be hitting the stage at 10 o'clock. We've got an opening act. I can't remember the name.
Clint Niosi?
Yeah. at
Oh,
9
okay.
o'clock.
Yeah, he's very well known in the area.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And then we're playing right down the street here on the 7th. Used to be Lola's.
Gonna be at the
then
Post.
Birdie's now is the Post. So we're excited to play there. We're playing with the Cutthroat Finches.
Oh, hell yeah. When is
and,
that? I'm going to that show.
on the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday night the 7th. So
Very cool.
should be. We're excited. We love that room. We love playing that room.
Yeah.
And
Brooks, good dude.
Brooks is a great dude. I've gotten to know him over the last few years. I think he's a good pillar of Fort Worth music.
Oh, yeah.
So
100%.
you gotta we gotta prop each other up. And
Well, y'all should pregame here and then head over to the Post because this is the place to do the pregame.
There you go.
I like it. Yeah, hopping. That's where we're coming.
Excellent,
I agree.
excellent.
Burning question for me is, when you guys are flying around in your private jet to all your gigs, are the parties on the jet as cool as all the stories that we hear about?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
tell
a
us about the
helicopter.
parties.
It's a helicopter.
Oh,
Okay.
It's got to be a big
Cool.
one with all that gear.
And
Yeah,
yes,
that
and
makes
the
sense.
hot tub is hopping.
I'm thinking Volkswagen van and the smoke kind of rolling out of the side. It's
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
still kind of operating at that level. But, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anybody need anything else plugged before we get out of here today? Thank y'all so much for doing this with me. Can we get you back on the show sometime?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I want to see that studio.
Anytime. Yeah.
You got it.
All right. Michael, you good down there? Got anything for us?
Crawfish, noon, Saturday.
Let's
Come check
go.
it out.
Turtles, crawfish.
Turtles, yeah.
No, don't boil
There's
the
no
turtles.
turtles
Cooking
in
the turtles,
the crawfish.
just so we're
Turtle
clear.
fact.
Yeah.
Crawfish different.
Yeah, we eat the crawfish.
That's a strong
we
fact
celebrate
that you
the
want
turtles.
to make sure. that
Yeah,
people
really,
Exactly.
really
Distinction.
push that. As they come in the door, be like, there's no turtles in the crawfish world.
Just to be clear.
Just so you know. All right, folks. As you move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until tomorrow, folks, good day.
In the morning, oh Lord, oh Lord, my great day in the morning.
it's just